Merry Christmas, everybody. So I've decided to do a Father Christmas holding a shotgun, putting the kids back to bed. So, Merry Christmas. I decided that I wanted to do a Santa Claus, but being me, I couldn't do it without being silly about it. So, here we are. I have decided to do a Father Christmas holding a shotgun in front of the Christmas tree and telling kids to go back to bed. So I start out with like the base sketch. I'm doing all this in Procreate, by the way, on my iPad. And the way I tend to roll when I do these pictures is I tend to do a very loose sketch, try and get the anatomy correct. And then once I feel like I've got enough of that right, then I can start sort of thinking a little bit more about what the character's going to look like. But I just always need like a sort of mannequin to work with. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. That's all you have to do. Thank you very much. So now I'm doing all the main outline. I'll be doing this in another layer. So the first layer, basic sketch, next layer, the line work. I moved the shotgun down because it felt unnatural where it was. I tried to sort of imagine where his elbow was and his shoulder. And so that's why I moved the gun. I'm also taking into consideration that he is quite a porky chap and thinking, okay, right, he's going to have love handles, a bit of a gut. At some point I do increase the gut. Doing the tree was interesting as well. I had to rotate the image around just to try and get the proper curvature of the tree because I wanted it to sort of hang in there and be a sort of beacon so that you look around his face. So the gun, the star, his face, they're all part of the scene that I want you to look at. So I'm putting down like a base color now. Just want to sort of get the tone of it right. So I wanted it to be blue, I wanted it to be dark blue, and then I was going to do all the colors over the top. Now I'm just doing like the base color of the tree. And you'll be wondering as well, why is this all dark? Well, I'm doing it all dark because when you start doing the highlights, they're going to really show up. I just wanted all the basic colors there first. So as you can see, the green of the tree starts to really pop. And so usually on Procreate, when you have a look at your videos, it sort of speeds them up. So it records every single time your pen touches the surface. So I've slowed this down a little bit to make it for the 10 minutes. But usually, well, I mean, before that, this was only going to be 3 minutes long. And I thought, well, it's a bit too short. So I didn't. I decided to slow it down and do a voiceover. But as you've probably noticed from all my other videos, I tend to sort of mix it up. I don't tend to stick to the same thing over and over again. I do this as a hobby, so I enjoy practicing and trying things out and seeing what's going on. I don't know what you do, and I don't know what you think when you watch my videos. Are you the same? Do you enjoy doing it as a hobby? Or are you more serious than I am? But whatever, I hope that you're getting from me everything that you want. And if you're not, let me know and I will do my best to help you out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Doing the fluff was fun, so I was just doing sort of like little dabs here and there of white, and the effect was pretty good. And then once you've done that, so it had like the base layer that was very dark grey, and then it's got that on there, and then you can actually make it look a lot nicer when you start putting like even whiter highlights on things, but make the brush a little bit smaller so it's like the light's just catching those on the edges. Doing all the creases in the bag is interesting. I always find if you do a line of dark shadow, try and think about where the light would catch in that crease. You know, would it be on the left or the right? And just draw a lighter color version of the color you're using on that side. So if it's on the, you know, if it's a brown bag like I've done, I've got the shadow and then I've got a highlight just going where the light's going to catch it, and it just sort of creates that transition from light to dark quite nicely. Now I'm moving on to the beard of this grumpy Santa. I obviously kept it very cartoonish. Just wanted it to be a very loose and enjoyable experience. Even though I have got him holding a shotgun, but I don't know, it's Christmas. These sorts of things do make me laugh sometimes, so that's why I've done it. Yeah, so I had originally done a bike in the background, so I really wanted to keep that in there because it just created a little bit of variety in the presents. I don't want just square boxes everywhere. And the way I work with a lot of the stuff that I do, where I create the realism, is especially with like the strapping and stuff that goes around the presents. You know, along the line, I sort of think, right, I'm going to use a darker version of this color to create the shadow and a lighter version of this color to create the highlight. And that always works for me. Doing the tinsel was interesting as well. I did a bit of cross hatching. And then went over it again, doing some just spindly bits, and then mixed in, you know, a few off colours of the same brush size, just to kind of make it look a little bit tinsely. Yes, like and subscribe. Once I'd done the tinsel, it was a prudent idea to take the colour of the tree using, well, when you're in brush mode, press Alt and then you can get that sample and you can brush over the tinsel. Doing the lights was good. I did one light and then I duplicated that light all over, changing the size on them, and then copied them and blurred that layer that I'd copied and turned it to, I think it was color dodge, and that just made it really pop like they were real lights. I also used a masking layer as well when the lights went over his hand, so I could hide his, so just hide bits and not destroy the image And I also had to think about the bounce light that was created by the lights. So yeah, it's really good. Oh yeah, this is my attempt to do the reflection. I managed to do it with the star, and then I had to literally paint him in. And here's the finished article. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I also write horror and sci-fi books, so look me up on Amazon under Richard Coyley. Bye.